when we last left the group, everybody was tucking in for the evening at the Rusted Basilisk. I'm trying to figure out where I had in my notes for the turn. Here it is. Yes, the watches. So we had the watches set up. Sienna first, Corin second, Raz third, and Eldon was fourth. And we went ahead and rolled the perception checks. And so as we went through the evening, Sienna took her time reading through the Book of Pressed Flowers, and the evening went fairly uneventful for her. So as Corin went up, he took his time and was fiddling around, watching the doors, watching through the corridors, just kind of hanging out on the first floor. He thought he heard a little bit of a rumbling outside, and he went to check. A little scratching at the door, kind of bothered him a little bit, but ultimately didn't find anything. So as he went and woke up Raz, told him to get his bard self downstairs and start watch, and before tucking in, diligently threw out his ball bearings, quietly, as to not, alert anybody, but around the door to make sure that, nobody snuck into his room. So as, my understanding of what Raz did, and he may disagree, but he, spent his time quietly plucking and stringing his instruments to continue learning Dunhall's songs and ballads of the rebels or the rebellion's fall. And I got pretty proficient at that song throughout the course of his couple of hours, but didn't get anything else. I didn't see anything, and Eldon's meditation was uninterrupted. So luckily, nothing throughout the evening interrupted the rest period. So you are now in the next morning at the Rusted Basilisk, and go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going to go downstairs and get some breakfast.
Always a good plan.
I'm with him.
Me too.
Me 8.
I love it. Every day starts with a good meal. So, unfortunately, you only had one meal covered by your room, so... if you want the continental breakfast, it'll be, let's say 5 silver apiece. And you'll have some lemon cakes and various pancakes and sausages and some meats and cheeses. Great food for the day.
All right, I give my 5 silver over.
Sounds good to me.
No objections.
All right.
So I guess we have to decide whether we're going to go investigate that map we got last week.
You mean last night?
Yeah. My watch was a little bit hazy. I didn't sleep much, so, I'm crazy, Felt like last week.
Sure.
Don't taunt the rogue with a visible mage hand.
I'm all for exploring.
All right.
Is there anything we can go look around town to maybe investigate it some before we head out?
I'm sure there is. The innkeeper did mention, because he had overheard last night the conversation from Eldon regarding mastiffs. And he wanted to point out that just down the road, and you can see here on the screen, we have we have a map representing what Aldenburg kind of looks like. We're going to say the inn is central to town here, say roughly there. And so the innkeeper wanted to let Eldon know that there was another shop down the road, Sneed's Steed and Feed, that did count towards mounts and different tack and such if you wanted to go wanted to go take a look at their wares. And that information's out on the wiki as well.
We still have our current horses, correct?
Yes, the horses are, the horses are still there. I believe that you guys had them hitched up by the services of the rusted basilisk. Those they should still be out there. I'll drop the should. They are still out there. They have been well tended overnight.
All right, so I go up to the bartender and ask, "Hey, I know you've overheard this, but who should we go talk to learn more of the history of this, whatever I forgot what we're looking for, but thing." I completely blanked on what that map was for.
Oh, blue-eyed something's treasure.
Blue-eyed Billy.
Blue-eyed Billy.
Treasure.
Is there a library around here I can go look up the history of him and stuff?
And the bartender, is going, yes, we've heard about the legend of Blue-Eyed Billy. It's quite a town favorite. Down at the theater, at the Worm with a View, I know that they have many murals up on the walls that show the likenesses of what have happened. There could be something down at the Crimson Spine. They have been known to keep up with some lore. The mayor may have some other information, but this is a legend as old as time around here in Oldenburg, and nobody really takes much stock in it. I mean, people have gone around the hills and the plains. They've looked through the different caves on the coast, and nobody's ever come up with anything. It's just a legend. And you can see the bartender really believes what he's saying. But I'm all for the hunt because it continues to bring people to this fine establishment and helps with the trade. And so I'm quite okay with the legend being as heavy as it is.
Well, I'm less interested in the chase. I'm just kind of more interested in the history and the lore. That's kind of my thing. So I just want to go look at the least dramatized version. What might actually be the basis of the myth. Who would I talk to, or where would I go to look that up?
All right, sorry about that. Lack of being in person, so you can't see the whispering going on. So, as far as learning more about the history of Blue-Eyed Billy, what I've heard from Dunhol's his performances, and this is what the bartender is recalling from it. It looks like, it sounds like from years ago when. As the town was getting started, and of course the Church of Bane and was dealing with the rebellion and Hail Bane. I'm not saying anything against the church, but as around then there were bands of pirates known to sail through the waters and to come through town, and it sounded like they were attempting to run off with their treasure before they got caught up in the Church of Bane, or through the city guards. So as as far as the legend goes, it's been passed down through the ages, and perhaps looking for families that have been here for generations, and my family has only been here for the past 10 or 15 years. But as far as the generations, it seems like it's been handed down from family to family, and it just becomes one of those dinner time conversations that you have.
All right. Well, I guess that's not. I'll take that into consideration for my investigation. Thank you. And I hand him a silver.
Oh, thank you kindly, sir. Much appreciated. And Master Cleric, if you would please keep in mind, if you are still in the market for the Mastiff, please go down to Sneed's. They may have just what you're looking for.
Thank you. I'll hand him a copper or a silver as well.
Oh, very kind of you. Very kind. Thank you. Will you be staying? Will you lovely people be staying here at the Basilisk for much longer, or shall I check you out for the evening?
Do we think we should have a room held for us, where we can store stuff we don't need for the trip? Or how long is the trip out to where we're going? Does anybody know, based on the map?
No, I mean, I would, but I really have no idea since I haven't seen it.
Yes.
Like me, actually.
It's like you actually need a map.
Right.
I should have thought about that.
Or just GM, tell me how long it takes to get out there.
Yeah, why don't we just for grins, why don't you roll me? Is it an adventuring? What is this? What is that check here? I don't even know. We'll just say it's going to take about a day. About 8 to 10 hours. By the looks of it, once you leave the city walls.
Well, yeah. I mean, as long as it's
hold one room and keep all our stuff in it. And...
Yeah, if we could have one room held secure for a couple of days, whether we come back or not.
A secure room. Well, the Basilisk is as secure as they come around here, and with the city guard, I wouldn't suspect that there would be any hooligans or shenaniganing going on here. But yes, we can definitely hold a room for you. Shall I say for a week, and for just to hold the down payment on the room. Let's say 10 gold for the week.
That should be fine. What is that, 2 gold a person?
I just hand over 10 gold.
Even better.
Many thanks.
Oh, thank you kindly, my lady. We will we will make sure that no one, and if you don't even want housekeeping to go in, we will make sure we will make those accommodations for you.
There should be no reason for that while we're gone.
Very, very good. You're right there. Nobody being in the room. Very good.
Thank you.
So the barkeep goes and gets the key to the room and gives you this ornate iron key for the room. And we will wait for Lindsay to come back.
She's got to step out for just a second. She's listening, but she has to.
Gotcha.
So just continue.
So, would anybody mind us stopping by the something Steed and Steve's?
The Steed and Feed?
Steed and Feed. The Steed and Feed. I need to bring up the brain again. The Steed and Feed to possibly trade in my horse for something more my size.
I mean, yeah, we can swing out that way on the way out.
So we can all go pack for the day trip and prepare to go and pack what we're going to bring with us, and then go to there, lock up, and then go.
That sounds good. I mean, I got no other pressing business. I mean, unless you want to swing by that Crimson Spine or whatever that place is called. Check out some lore books.
think we'd best be heading out since it's early and we might be taking the day out there. We can always come back and read more if we need to.
I suppose.
We might find something there that would trigger what kind of things we might want to look up and read about.
All right, well, let's get this show on the road then.
So as we're walking out, I just kind of knock on the innkeep's desk and say, Steve, good man, I noticed you had some dealings with a Mr. Distrova yesterday. You looked very distraught. And, well, I'd love to help you out with this business at the moment. I've had business dealings with this family before. I'm afraid we will be busy for the next few days, but do let me know when we return if there's anything that we can help you with in these business matters of yours. Good man.
Yes, so, yes, Mr. Distrova. Yes, we will, I will keep you informed if we hear anything about anything more from this gentleman. He did just come in, he was new in town. It's the first I'd seen him, but as far as we will, I'll keep you posted, because it sounds like you are as interested in this gentleman as I am.
Yes, indeed. He had some business dealings at the local tavern last night as well. There was a little mix-up, but never mind that. Like I said, we'll discuss on our return.
Very good, my lord. Well, I hope you all have a safe trip, a safe travel out there. Be on the lookout. It's strange days. So I wish you well. All right. So as you leave the basilisk, you move up to the intersection, and as you come up, you see people kind of stopping what they're doing and bowing their heads in reverence, and kind of look up, and you see that there's a solemn funeral procession marching down the street in front of the rusted basilisk. And everybody who's going about their business, they bow their heads and in respect for the dead. And as the small but procession moves forward. But as they go through, you seem to get the feeling that this is a custom of Aldenburg. As when the dead are, before they're laid to rest, they are taken through the town past the monastery of Bane, as they are taken to the cemetery. So the procession has moved on, and you make your way over. The innkeep pointed down the road and said that Sneed's is just around the corner. So if you would like to go inside, you see the building. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, if I could take a moment to step inside, as we're leading our horses down the road, I'm sure.
Welcome to the Steed and Feed. My name's Charlie Sneed, but you can call me Chuck if you wish.
Okay, Chuck, Mr. Sneed. I'm looking for something a little more my size.
Ah, yes, Master Gnome. I saw you through the window on your horse, and it does seem to be a bit uncomfortable for you. I assume you're looking for something a wee bit more your size. Pardon the language. More to your liking.
Yes, sir. I would. What would you have or suggest?
Well, in the stables we do have a few mule, a couple of ponies. We do have a mastiff back there. It's kind of in the process of being broken in, but we've been working on him for a few weeks. But any of those may be up your alley.
May I interest you in a horse in trade?
I might. Have you had any issues with your horse?
Oh, we've ridden quite a ways to get here, and it hasn't had a problem since during that trip.
It looks like he's been well tended to and well cared. Seems like he's been well fed and groomed. And he seems to be a sturdy horse. I might be able to do an even trade, the mastiff for the horse.
Along with all the tack?
Let me see here. How about I throw in a week's supply of feed, and would you be needing a saddle or any type of bags or anything?
Probably would it carry a saddle and a pack? Would it be able to carry me and my gear?
That's a good question, he said, looking through his manuals on mastiffs.
I forgot to look it up myself.
Well, most mastiffs are known to go at about 40 feet of speed and carry around 195 pounds, give or take. So I don't want to be presumptive, Master Gnome, but it doesn't appear that you would be weighing much more than 190 pounds. So he kind of laughs. But, I think he should be able to. If you work with him, we haven't done an extensive training on saddling this, but I think that, with a little bit of effort, that can be done. So, let's see, mastiffs, we normally price at 25 gold, and let's see if you see him fiddling with some numbers. The horse does seem to be in good trade, so how about I'll throw in the saddle and a pack here. It would come out, I'm out about 3 gold, but you know what? It's early, and we'll call it even.
That sounds fair, and you don't need to be out the 3 gold. So here, I'll hand him the 3 gold.
Oh, well, that's mighty nice of you, Master Gnome. So, when you have your mastiff, and he goes back and gets the mastiff, just when you're giving him instructions at first, we found it's very, very, very good to kind of keep eye contact to make him aware that you are indeed the alpha. We haven't had any issues with him, and he hasn't bitten anybody, so that's good. But he seems to be more instructive when you look him in the eyes, and he knows that you're the alpha.
Fair enough.
Can I interest you in anything else? Perhaps a rowboat. Anybody need a rowboat? I've got a very nice one in the back.
Don't think we'll be going out on the water, but if we do, I'm sure we would come back and speak with you.
Oh, very good.
As we look at the map, do we see a pretty direct road path?
Oh yeah, I guess I'm making an assumption since I haven't seen the map myself.
Mental note. Map.
So between Aldenburg and X marks the spot, so to speak, what's it more or less look like for us?
The map, you look at it, it seems like there's a little bit of a forest, some clearings. It seems, like it's a fairly non-treacherous stretch of land. It does take you by the by the seas, and so you will see the waters. But there doesn't seem to be any rivers in that particular area. Mainly some forests and some wide clearings. But it looks to be a fairly straightforward journey. And as I said earlier, it's about 8 hours, as the crow flies.
So it looks like we'll take a rain check on that rowboat.
Very well. But I had to offer. It's a very nice rowboat. I mean, it's handcrafted. I've just put the final polishes on it. I'm very, very proud of it.
I don't think our horses would fit in it.
Well, I did not take horses into account for this rowboat, but that would be interesting. Maybe I'll look into researching a horse-powered rowboat.
So before we leave here, I want to ask him. We saw a funeral procession go by here. Do you happen to know who died?
Yes, that was one of the local shopkeepers. He was known to peddle in books and various things. His name was Cordial. Cordial. There we go. That's the first syllable that came out of my mouth. Cordial was the shopkeeper's name. He had a very small family, but he was very well respected in bookery and library skills. And he will be missed.
What shop did he run?
It was the Crimson Spine, as a matter of fact. It's down by the water. I don't know if you guys have. You look new. You seem to be new here, but I'm not sure if you've been down there yet.
We went by there the other day. It was closed. Or yesterday, it was closed.
Well, that seems odd.
This Cordial, was he a young man, an old man, died of natural causes?
Well, he wasn't old. I mean, but he didn't seem to be in good health. It did seem to be a surprise. I mean, but he was always he was a good person. Always said hello to me as I walked down to the water past the shop. Always, kind with a wave, eager to light up my smoke, and quick with a joke, if you would.
Well, seems there's some place he'd rather be right now.
So I've heard.
Listening to a piano man, perhaps?
What's this piano you speak of?
Just the word that popped in my head. Ask the bard.
It's something I'm experimenting with, but never mind that. It's a shame I'm sorry that your colleague is lost. If there's anything else you could tell us about him that seems important or unusual, please do let us know. We'd love to know more about your quaint city.
Well, I'm not sure that there's much to say yet. It seemed like it was all of a sudden. I mean, who expects death? I mean, obviously. But I hadn't seen him in several days. But seeing the procession there, I have every intention of sending my condolences to his family and seeing what else I can find. But chances would be strong that there will be an investigation. And
Oops.
Thief! No. There will be an investigation, and I'm sure that the city guard, or at least the mayor, will be kept apprised of it. I certainly hope there's no foul play at hand.
I'm gonna tug on Corin's. What are you wearing? A tunic?
Just normal, common clothes.
A sleeve, and I think maybe we should be heading out since we've got a long day planned ahead of us.
All right. Just one last question for the shopkeeper. In case, if you happen to know what is going to become of his shop now that he has passed.
It's hard to tell. I would assume it would be a family matter. But the days to come will tell us what would happen to his shop. I would imagine it would go to his family, though.
All right, thank you.
You're
And
quite welcome.
I walk out.
We'll
I will follow.
All right, so are we heading out of the city now?
When we get outside and out of earshot, I'll basically address, talk to the group, saying, this was the place that Quinn went and said he was taken on a matter of importance. If it was closed when we got there and the caretaker was already passed on, what do you suppose happened to Quinn?
I mean, let's hope he didn't firebolt someone else to death.
I think we asked the innkeep to pass us along a message in the morning if he'd come across Quinn. Did we get any such confirmation? Have we heard anything about Quinn in town?
Who are you asking, the party or me?
I guess half in-game, out-of-game DM. Did we hear anything about Quinn? Did the innkeep pass us along a message this morning about his whereabouts? Had he checked in anywhere?
There was no note left at the inn this morning. If I recall correctly, the note from last night had said that he would be gone for a few days.
Because he had to take care of something. Did it say whether he got into the bookstore or not? I can't remember the exact wording. That he.
I am looking it up right now.
Okay.
I can't remember.
I remember he was going to be gone a couple days, but I can't remember if he actually got information from the bookstore or he received a message. I can't remember.
1 second. I try to keep copious notes, but it's hard to do it while I'm doing this too.
It's
not
in the write-up.
No, I believe that it. All it said that there was a lead for the scroll that he must attend to this very night, and I will return to Aldenburg in a few days.
Okay, so nothing about the bookstore.
No.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Do we want to swing by the bookstore and check it out on the way out still, or go head straight out again? Is this suspicious?
I'm a little curious. I wouldn't mind just making a 5-minute trip just to see if anything looks out of place since we were last there.
I might be making a connection that wasn't actually there. But it feels awfully suspicious.
It's coincidental at the very least.
Is it more important than our trip to Blue-Eyed Billy's?
I mean, they're both a curiosity thing, aren't they? So I don't think it would penalize us too much by taking a 5-minute trip to a bookstore.
If it takes us an hour, we'll just get there at 6, a little nearer to sunset. We'll be fine.
Well, if y'all go to the bookstore, I'm going to jog down to the innkeeps real quick and just leave a note with Steve to let him know that if Quinn drops by, to let them know we've taken a short excursion, but we'll be back in the next few days.
Good plan.
Sounds good. I'm sure it took a little bit to saddle and re-saddle, unload and reload as far as the switch from a horse to a mastiff for Eldon.
Yeah, that did take a little bit of time. So is there anything in particular you're going to write on this note for Quinn, or just general, we'll be back?
Quinn, we've got a lead on the Blue-Eyed Billy's treasure. Obviously, it'll probably go nowhere because everyone in town says it's a hoax, right? Wink, wink. Regardless, hopefully we'll come back richer men and women than we left. Good luck to you and your excursions as well. See you soon.
All right. So we'll assume that Raz is off for just a few minutes to jet over to the Basilisk with the note. The Mastiff has been saddled, and we're working our way through that. We don't have animal handling, do we? We do have animal handling.
There is a skill for it.
Yes.
Wondering if you were going to make me roll something here and there.
Yeah, let's, I think that we should at least roll one animal handling skill to see how the initial bonding experience went.
I knew something. Trying to avoid it. Really was trying to avoid that.
Were you looking at the Mastiff in the eyes when you did anything?
I don't know. It might be taller than me. It'd still be tough. It's as tough as a horse.
Well, let's just say as the first attempt at buckling the saddle around the Mastiff, you may have pinched a tender area. And you got a growl and a look from the Mastiff, but he didn't seem to bite you. He seemed like he was familiar, at least, with the saddling process. And from
oh boy.
Look at it this way. Out of game, you got the one out of the way early, right?
Just put that die in its prison and we'll continue on.
All right. So, let's see here. Where we're going to say on this map, we'll say that the Crimson Spine is down this road here, close to these waters. If you can see where I'm pinging. Right around there.
Okay. And which way is out of town that we're going to be heading for this map, with this map?
I'm guessing northeast, since that's the main exit.
Northeast.
Well, north is pointing to the left, if I recall correctly.
Oh, never mind. Okay, then southeast.
And where were we staying? Just
the Basilisk is, yes, right about there. Yes.
On the square.
Yeah.
Got it.
And the monastery for the Church of Bane, and these buildings are not necessarily to scale, but we're the Church of Bane, the monastery dominates the square over here. So I mean, it's everybody knows where the monastery is.
Okay.
So as far as the location, I believe it's going to be to the northish. So you'll have to go around the walls, but I believe you're heading more to the north. I will confirm that real quick.
It looks like there's only really two exits, though, the east and the southeast. And they're pretty close together.
Yeah, this is a pretty well fortified city.
The way this map works with the cardinal north facing west kind of threw me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your journey is ultimately going to take you to the north, according to the map that Siona has. It's like I said, there are some forests and such, but in general, it's going to be taking you northwards.
So is this edge all like mountainous then? Is that why the walls are closed? And that we would actually be coming out this way and heading north?
I'd say there are some mountains to there. As a matter of fact, yes, I will confirm that there are mountains up to that area. So the township appears to have been built up to fortify the north to add some extra protection there. But leading out the way that you had pointed out here seems to be these are the two main gates to the area.
And we must have come in from this one.
Point that out again.
There. I have
Yes.
the wrong tool on. Okay.
Yes, yeah, yes. Surprisingly, this map fits in really well with the with the overworld map that we have. So yes, it's you came in this way and made your way up. So you came in from there and made your way down here to the basilisk, and in the center square. All right.
Sounds good.
So, assuming everybody has made their way back down here to the Crimson Spine, and from Eldon's recollection from last night, he found the store towards the back end, an alley area, and it doesn't seem to have changed much from last night. There is no open sign, and the door still is still shut, for that much.
Okay. Do we notice any? I mean, looking around, is there any signs of signage about the past shopkeep or whatever his title would be?
Eldon, why don't you roll the perception check?
Yeah, because I've already rolled terribly once. Can't happen again.
Why not? It's not terrible.
Depends on what the DC check is supposed to be, right?
Indeed, but you have not. You don't see any signage on the door. It doesn't. You look around. It doesn't seem, at least at like any windows or anything have been broken. You do see clearly there's city guard, kind of on point and watching over the area, but there is no signage per se.
Is the door locked?
You could test it out if you want it.
Then I will jiggle the handle, see if it's locked.
Okay. Well, as Corin walks up to the door, you notice some of the city guard has taken an interest in your actions. So, how do you respond?
I mean, have they come over to me?
Not yet, but they are definitely looking in your direction.
So we notice they're looking at us now?
I'd say it's pretty obvious.
Well, I just, casually try the door and kind of try and look through the windows like I'm a would-be customer who's a little confused.
Okay.
If it's locked, I just kind of shrug my shoulders and wander off.
How about?
If it's not locked, I still want to not open the door, just shrug my shoulders and walk off.
All right. I think that would satisfy the guards, because obviously it is a storefront, so it's not unusual for people to go up there. But yeah, okay, that'll work. So, hang on, let's see here. As you jiggle the handle, you do notice that the door is indeed locked.
Okay, is there an alley or some other, behind the store where I could be a little less seen with maybe a window or something?
There is a little bit of an alley towards the western side of the storefront, but there are guards posted around the building.
Specifically guarding that building?
It would appear to be the case, yes.
I'll walk up to one of the guards then and ask if this bookstore is open and when it opens.
So, the bookstore is closed, sir, pending an investigation. But please carry on. There's nothing to see here.
All right, so I guess we should. I kind of wave everyone little to get someplace out of earshot of the guards, or out of their line of sight if possible.
Were these guards here yesterday?
Eldon did not notice any guards yesterday.
Okay.
So, what do we want to do? Do we want to give up on this, or do we want to try and get in there somehow?
I think I'll say thank you and walk over and kind of rejoin. Kind of move with the group. And say, I think we'll have to come back later.
Come jogging back down from the inn and rejoin everybody.
I mean, we can try to use magic and distract the guards to get in there, or we can.
I say we just go on our way.
I think we may need to look into this further, but I think we've got our plan for. Let's stick to our plan for the day. What do you say?
I guess that works.
Okay, so y'all have decided to carry on? Yes?
I'm yes.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Autobots roll out.
Okay. Do me a favor real quick. What is everybody's passive perception?
Passive perception?
Yes.
Should be below all your skills. Mine's 13.
13.
11.
15.
Whose was
It's
11?
It's not clickable.
Fiona's.
Yeah, I didn't think it was clickable. I just wanted to have it on hand, just in case. All right, so y'all are making your way towards the eastern gate. That would be this guy right here. The town seems to be fairly bustling for an early morning. People doing their stuff, doing what they do, going shopping. You do pass by city guard at a regular interval. You can tell that nobody's interacting with guards, but they're definitely a known presence. As you make your way over to the gate, running blindly around the corner, you see a saddled horse at a gallop down the city street. No sign of its owner, but you see this horse is just running through, and people are trying to capture it, and it just bolts on past you right through the party, kind of just astonishing you, but this city guard seems to be chasing it down. It's an oddity of the of everything, breaking the general silence, or not silence, but the general day-to-day bustlings of the city. Other than that, it was a relatively uneventful trip to the city wall. So you guys are getting started on your trip towards following the map. So let's see. We're gonna do 8 hours here. Trying to figure out how to do this. So, going through, trying to see how the trip went for you guys. So, let's go ahead and say who wants to be the lead of the party for this small bit of the journey. Just the person rolling the dice for us.
I mean, I guess I'm the navigator, so
Okay.
I could do that.
All right. So let's roll a d10 for me.
Of course.
Awesome. Well, that's fine. I mean, at least you got the one out of the way for now. Unless it's the first of many. So on your first hour out of Aldenburg, you're traveling through the roads, and the horses and the mastiff, who's generally going fairly easily, better than expected for Eldon. You come across some trees that start bunching out more into a forest area, and Eldon, roll me a history check. So, Eldon recalls...
Wait, plus 2 on both those. I forgot to hit my my expertise.
You can set that to automatically do it.
Not on there. I have them as tools, programmed tools, but I couldn't find a way to do it within
on the gear tab.
I don't know.
That's my sleight of hand's got expertise on it. So you have core, bio, spells, and a gear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take care of that.
And in the bottom middle column, there's all your spells. You can change normal to expertise.
Got it. I'll look at that in a sec. Is expertise +1 or +2?
It doubles your proficiency bonus. So it'd be +2 right now.
Okay. Sorry, back to it.
Oh, no worries. So, as the trees get a little denser, you start hearing some mewling and some meows, and start seeing little puffs of fur running around. The party looks up in the trees, and you start seeing, cats everywhere, and they're in the trees. They're not like you can't. I mean, you would if you threw a stone, you might hit one, but there's enough for them to notice there's an abundance of feline. And Eldon recalls reading through the books from Lord Blackmore's manor that he had read something about the forest of cats, which kind of struck him as a little bit of an oddity. But it's known for its thousands upon thousands of feral cats, and as around Aldenburg, this forest is considered to be sacred.
Sacred?
That's what the history book said. Who are we to judge history? So, do you know?
I'm assuming Eldon tells us all this.
Oh my. The forest of cats. I would definitely share the story that I read from the book of Lord Blackmore's.
I'm willing to bet Eldon never thought he would actually come across the forest of cats.
Is it okay to travel through it, or is it so sacred we're not supposed to go through it?
Is what would the term that's I guess why I asked what the term sacred meant to the people of the
Like sacred as in don't hurt anything?
yeah, if they're feral cats, we may need to protect ourselves from them, but would we need to be wary of killing them or otherwise traveling through the area?
Well, answering the first question, there's clearly the roadway is making its way through the forest, so it is clear that people do travel through it, and from the history perspective, you do recall hearing or reading that it's the cats themselves are considered sacred. Out of game, I would imagine it much like Hemingway's the Hemingway house that has all of the cats there that aren't just there, and people tend to them, but they don't go out of their way to say kill them.
Oh, okay. I guess as we're traveling through, I tell the story that I tell the story that I read or came across.
Okay. So, as you continue through, the party is, noticing the cats. They don't seem to be coming up to you, but they don't seem scared of you either. But as you pass through, you notice it doesn't seem dangerous. It's just a little odd.
So, as we're going along, I'm just kind of breaking off little pieces of the travel jerky, whatever, and just dropping it on down on the ground. Like we're riding our horses, and I'm just tearing it off to the side where nobody can see, and I just keep dropping it on the ground behind us for the kitties.
You do happen to notice, Sienna, as she is the only one who's clearly paying attention to it. She notices that there are some curious kitties that go and sniff at what she's dropping, and once it realizes it's food, well, it snaps it up, and all of a sudden the dropped morsels tend to become more popular, and there seems to be quite a gathering of cats around the roadways now.
I just act like nothing's happening.
Are you sure Siona doesn't want to become the Pied Piper of the feral cats?
I do. I just pretend like it's normal.
I will make a note of this.
Is my mastiff reacting to the cats?
Yeah, how well trained is the dog?
Guys, I already rolled a 1 with this dog.
I could assist you in animal handling, maybe.
I can see I have not thought this through. But let's just say if I was a player that may have an animal friendship spell or something, it might not be a terrible idea.
So I see one of the cats come up and approach the jerky, and I try to remember what was that song I played to coax that squirrel. But I've been spending so much time with Eldon learning his ways of healing that I can't remember it anymore. I took healing word, guys. I had to drop something.
Of course, it would be that one. All right, hang on. Like I said, go ahead.
I took the level 2 spell, Plot Monkey Wrench.
Well, it played out really well. So, Chuck, over there at the Steed and Feed, did tell us that the Mastiff had been through several weeks of training, and it hadn't really completed it, but it had been doing reasonably well. So, for funsies, go ahead and roll us an animal handling check, Eldon. And I will...
I knew. I just shouldn't have opened my mouth on the whole Mastiff.
Yeah, but for flavor. But you know what? I'm going to say doesn't matter.
Look at that, a 20!
I was going to give you advantage anyway. But, so you notice the Mastiff. Does the Mastiff have a name yet?
I'm terrible with that kind of thing. Wouldn't it have a name before I bought it?
Damn you. Hold on. I'll do it.
What?
I got something. Hang on. All right, but you have to tell me, is your Mastiff male or female? I think I know what the answer is, but based on the earlier stuff, but I'll let you choose.
Based on the earlier stuff?
When you pinched it. The saddle, I think is what he's talking about.
That is what I'm talking about.
He's saying that he thought it was a guy, I'm pretty sure, but...
Yes,
Okay.
because I was assuming that you pinched his twig and berries.
Okay, sure, I'll go with male.
Okay. All right. Well, the dice have spoken, and his name is Orryn, Orryn.
Do you want to change it?
No, that's a good
Okay.
I like Orryn.
Orryn and Corin. So good.
It's not boring.
You see, Xanathar's guide's coming in handy already. All right. So, Eldon's Mastiff Orryn has maintained his cool quite a bit, even though with all the cats. You can see he's kind of, you hear the growls a little bit, but he's stood his ground, and Eldon has managed to kind of keep him on the road. So the Mastiff has maintained his cool. But one would think if there were a lot of cats around, he might start pulling Eldon around in chase.
Like the number of cats following Siona now.
Well, they have gathered, kind of around the jerky. They haven't necessarily started, packing up around her. I'm assuming everybody's on a horse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, they haven't started congregating around the horse, but they're definitely sniffing around and looking up expectantly towards her.
I just keep dropping little pieces of jerky.
I think we need to move along before, all the cats coming down for some jerky.
Like once every 10 or 20 feet, I kind of stop so they don't think I'm still doing it.
We're moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm dropping a piece once every 10 or 20 feet.
I'll play my
Just to keep
flute.
the cats interested.
I'll just play a couple notes on the flute as you drop the food. Just to keep it going.
Okay, so the Pied Piper of the cats, who is suspiciously gently throwing down jerky throughout. You hear as you're slowly making your way through the forest, you hear some cats hissing and spitting each other. The kind of caterwauling that you would hear when cats are trying to steal each other's food. So there are some tuffles, but by and large, the cats, they follow for a little while, but they seem to want to stay in their territory. Feral cats being what they are somewhat territorial. But they you can see that they appreciated the jerky.
Good kitties.
I will have to remember this for the future. So, Sienna, we're going to say we're moving on. Go ahead and break out that D10 again and roll us something else.
Did we lose everybody?
I'm not sure. Did you hear me?
I did not.
I heard you, but it doesn't seem Siona did.
Okay. All right. So we'll try again. So we're heading out of the forest. The cats staying back where they are. They seem to be. They want to be in their territory. So Siona, seeing as that you are the navigator, go ahead and roll us another D10. It's like you know the order I wanted to do these things in.
The next one will be 3.
I certainly hope so.
I would totally laugh.
Oh, all right. Well, you're traveling down the road and the forest is clearing. You're not quite out of the forest yet, but you see down the road there are some shadowed figures making their way out of the tree lines and into the roadway. Pregnant pause for effect.
Are they how far away are they? That far away. It's like 2 of them already dead. 3 of them already dead. Problem solved.
Unfortunately, that's where the only things that I had. So we'll say that you are coming from the south towards the north, and you see that there are 6 bandits coming out into the road here. And first off, is the music too loud?
It's good for me.
Sounds fine on our end.
We can control the music volume on our own too.
Good to know. Because it's a bit loud for me. Alright. So, where are the rest of my notes for this? So the bandits come out and are blocking the roadway. And it seems that they're definitely interested in you. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. If and is everybody where they want to be on the map too?
Yeah, I'm good. So we all roll perception?
Sure, why not? All right.
Are we rolling for the number of feet in front of us they are before we see them?
I would say at this point, you guys you can clearly see them.
Except for Eldon, he's short and can't see that far.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm behind one of y'all's horses.
Yeah.
All you see of is Mastis' butt.
Yes.
And you know what? I had not considered the horses in this. So I will be looking for advice on how to handle mounted combat.
There is actually a section on that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did not read that, so I'll need to check.
Well, I mean, generally speaking, you don't ride the horse the whole time. You could just say we're walking them at this point.
That would certainly make things easier for me.
Or they're not war horses.
Yeah, they are not war horses. I know that much.
Now the Mastiff, I don't know what it's going to do, but
A Mastiff is just a mount. It's not. I don't think it has attack or anything like that.
All right. So let's just say that you guys were walking beside them at this point, taking a break, just so we don't have to worry about any potential rulings. If you are okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
Send through a hacky sack at me.
Okay, go tell your mother. All right. Well, you notice, and let's say, most of you notice that there's a clear leader of the group. This.
Yeah, like this. Again. Do you know we play Wobble?
Close my door, please.
What?
This guy right here, you guys have noticed. He was the guard captain from the Worm with a View from last night, and he had the two other guards with him. You do see them and recognize them from last night, and apparently they have brought a few of their friends along. And the one with the red plumage looks. She said, I told you we would settle this score. Yeah, we've been following you and we've been waiting for you here. Yeah, lucky for us, when you guys dealt with the cats, we were able to get ahead of you a good bit. So, go ahead and roll an.
I guess he's speaking at his. Oh, I was just going to shoot
Which
my
one's
crossbow
the
at him.
guy that
Right.
was the asshole?
The red plume one.
The one that I had the confrontation with, or the one that came in later?
This
Who poured mead on my head?
This is the one who came in later, and I think this is the one who poured mead on Eldon.
Can you put a little marker on him so I can keep track of him?
Gladly.
Since there's three of them, three guys that look the same.
You're putting all kinds of marks on him.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. He's well marked.
Apparently my push to talk is also a multi-select on that particular form.
Gotcha. I did find the mounted combat section. It's on page 190. Not that we'll use it. We're all agreed to be unmounted at the moment as we were paying attention to cats following us.
Well, I'm not really sure how to use a dagger from horseback, so.
You can get ranged attacks from horseback, actually, I think it says.
Certainly hope I'm doing this correct.
Are you not using the initiative macro?
So are we rolling initiative?
Yes, you are rolling initiative.
Oh.
I like how his two terrible rolls, I still managed to beat them.
so good at initiative.
Yeah, look at me. I'm right there with you, even though my Dex is my thing.
All right. So does everybody have their initiative in? Corin, Siona, Eldon, Raz. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eldon, Corin, Raz. Where's Siona? Oh wait. Who am I
In
missing?
the front.
We're all there. There's
only 4 of us now, because Quinn is gone.
There's only
And
4 of
Ash
us.
is not joined us.
Yes. Yes, indeed. No wonder I could. Well, that's going to be interesting. Good luck.
Oh, great.
Thanks, man.
So this is, bear with me, this is the first time I'm doing combat, so you gotta remember where everything is at this point. Alright, so bandit number 2 is this guy, and luckily let's see, he is going to move up. Where's his move? 30. He's going to actually stick back here behind some of these bushes here. And take his light crossbow and take a pot shot at Siona here.
Is it safe to say that these darker bushes we could get some cover behind?
Yeah. So
Hopefully our mounts don't get hit by anything.
Hey, Bandit, that's a pretty good shot for your grandmother.
I hear you over there. Is that a reaction?
Yeah, it's a new thing I got. So I could roll one of my inspirations to do a negative to your attack or save throw kind of thing.
Okay.
So that's a 17 to hit.
Alright. Well, that was a good use of that. You have just saved Siona 2 piercing damage.
I knew that guy was a chicken shit when we met him.
Oh yeah, you shove it up your... Yeah! And then as he dives behind, he takes cover over here behind these bushes.
Which one was that?
The guy with the drinking thing.
That one.
Oh.
The guy we don't like.
If you hover over, if you have the turn order thing up, you can hover over it and it'll show you who each person is.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Alright. Bandit number 3 up here in the tree line. He said, I don't know who you are, but you guys have insulted my buddies here, and I don't like you either. Your father was a hamster and your mother smelled of elderberries or something along that line. And shoots a crossbow at Siona again. Which misses. He's going to scramble over here, kind of staying back. Siona, you are up.
I'm going to Hunter's Mark the guy that I don't like. With the drinky thing. As a bonus action.
Okay.
Oh, I have to link that.
You have Hunter's Mark? That's
I do.
freaking awesome. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
right.
And then I'm going to move into combat with him and hit him with my longsword with Iron Song.
Okay. Pretty sure that's a hit.
So, and I also deal an extra 1d6, right?
Yes.
So 9 damage.
All right. Would you clear to flourish any? He's not dead yet, but he's hurting.
Dude, you couldn't just take the drink and go? Had to be an asshole?
Don't tell me what to do, you wench.
Okay.
Moving on. Where's this guy? Six. He rushes forward. Will, is there a good way of opening up the character sheets for these guys without having to
Double click them?
Will that do it? No, that just takes it to the token stuff.
I thought there was. Shift double click.
Ah, I like it. He's swinging with his scimitar towards Corin for with an 8.
He misses. He misses bad.
Take that, you scalawag. All right, moving on. Bandit 11 up here had his short bow ready, or his crossbow, and is going to, I believe that's Eldon, is going to level it at him for 6. That is Eldon, right? Yes. So 16, which is a hit.
I have, armor classes.
14, right?
Yeah.
For 4. Raz, you're up.
Look at the bandit who just bum rushed us, and kind of very loudly whisper, "I would like to take this opportunity to attack your poor decision making." Wisdom saving throw against a 14.
Alright. Okay, hang on. That's not right. Well, we'll go with that.
Oh, and he's going to run far, far away from us, which, against a rogue and someone else next to him, is going to be bad news for that guy.
Yeah.
Alright, so how far does he move?
His whole speed, I believe. Not a dash, just his normal speed.
Okay.
Or whatever he has left.
Alright, well, whatever he has left is... He used it all getting to you.
So on his next turn, he'll run away.
Good question.
Nope, it must immediately use a reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows.
Then
So it has to move. It has to move its full speed.
We're going to move him away then. We're going to move him towards...
Well, I'm going to go ahead and take an opportunity attack. So
yeah, go ahead.
we'll see if he even lives to move.
Yeah, that's a hit. So 7 damage. All right.
Plus your sneak attack, right?
Oh, I missed.
Yeah, he missed.
So I guess the hit has to work for the sneak attack to work.
Yeah. So you got him as he was turning to flee. The rapier managed to pierce him. He's hurting, kind of limping along here.
And I hit him with 10 psychic damage.
Well, and as he's running, his brain just kind of breaks him, and he just runs and trips and falls flat on his ass, dead.
And I will finally inspire Siona as I complete my turn. I'm done.
All right. This guy.
Is that a kobold?
It's an acolyte. Yeah, we'll call him a kobold. Yes. One second.
Are these people considered evil?
Yes.
Okay, then my sword is singing.
Yes.
Just
yes.
for flavor.
For flavor, singing, but
For flavor.
I can't remember if
La 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 la.
Did he sing? Did it say it sang like Pee Wee Herman? Is it just something that you can hear, or is it something that everybody in?
I'm not sure. The description he gave me, it's up there on that sword. Here, I'll post it. It just says when wielded in combat, sound of melodic ringing notes fill the air for evil characters. Or does that mean if I'm evil, it sings?
I just think the evil people hear it,
Or maybe evil people hear it?
so we don't.
In addition, sound of melodic ringing notes.
So the sword. This is the
I wouldn't think evil people, because then that would give them warning. That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's the
I agree.
anti-stealth sword.
Yeah, I disagree with it filling.
I would think it would be if I was like an evil vengeance paladin or something, it would sing. Or
Yeah. The way I thought it was going to work, it kind of gave you a melodic ringing note that said, "Hey, there's evil here."
that works for me.
Let's just say that Siona
I
noticed,
hear it.
Yes, you notice that there is a ringing in your ears that you can. You haven't yet distinguished if it's tinnitus or if it's iron song.
Okay.
we don't know yet. Okay. So the acolyte is going to. Let's see here. Going to cast Entangle. Let me go ahead and put this out here. Entangle, and that's 90 feet.
Which I think this map's not even 90 feet big.
No, I don't think it is. So 90 feet, and it's going to be a 20-foot square radius. So let's see. Where's my drawing? Let's see. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, we're going to say that this area is the entangled area cast here, so 20 feet from there. So that should be the entangled area.
So I'm outside of that? Or Eldon is outside of the...
Eldon is outside of that, yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. And the Acolyte is done. Alright. So the bandit captain continues to taunt you, and he moves forward just a little bit and says, "I don't take kindly to newcomers in my town, especially folks like you." And he had his crossbow at the ready and is taking a shot at Raz.
Woo! Just skims off my armor.
Oh, you lucky bastard. Eldon, you're up.
Just a quick check. Are ties broken by dexterity? Initiative ties?
Yes, I think they are.
Corin, I think you have a higher dexterity.
I think we can decide. The question is, can I do anything?
You can do a strength check, I believe.
I know, but can I? If I want to use a short bow, am I kind of like immobile, or can I just not move? Like, am I like vines around the arms? The description's vague.
I think you're supposed to make a strength check when it's cast, right?
And I failed, so I've been entangled. But does that mean I just can't move, or does that mean I can't do anything other than free myself?
The way I read it is that you can't move, and it turns the ground around you into difficult terrain. So the way I read it is that you can't move until you break yourself free. So as your action, you can make a strength check to break it against the spell.
Right. Oh, okay, that's not good.
Ah, yeah, that's not good either. So we'll just say going forward.
Okay, so I can do whatever I want other than move.
That's how I read
But
it.
it takes an act. Doesn't it take an action to?
To attempt to free myself.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say that he can't attack.
Right, I can attack. I just can't move. And if I want to free myself, that's my whole turn.
Right. Yeah. You take an action to roll the dice, or you can take an action to use a ranged attack.
All right. Well, I am going. This is tough. Choices. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Alright, I'm going to go for broke here. I'm going to throw a dagger at Drink Spilly guy next to Siona. And that missed. So I'm going to throw my other dagger at the Drink Spilly guy. Alright, so that hit.
Yes, that hits.
For 12 damage.
Would you care to flourish?
No, I'm kind of, like, stuck where I'm at right now.
Okay.
So, I'm doing my best just not to fall over.
Well, that kills him. He took a dagger, right to the eye.
Can I flourish a little bit?
Yeah, you can flourish. Well, go for it.
Like, as it hits him, does it hit him in the face? What happens?
You tell us. You tell us. This is your thing.
Well, it was his dagger, but anyway, as he starts to go down, I just grab him and go, "Oh, honey," and that's it. I just pat his face.
The bandit captain replied, "Don't you touch him!"
It's an opportunity taunt on his falling down.
Alright, I'm going to also go prone. I'm assuming I can fall over.
Ooh,
that is a good question.
Yeah, that seems to negate the advantage for at least ranged attack purposes.
I don't see why not. Do a belly flop into the weeds. We're good.
Alright, my turn's done.
Very good. Mr. Eldon.
Okay, I just want. Okay, so Eldon will cast Bless. Like there's a pop-up that didn't used to pop up. Okay, I'm just going to cast it. Well,
Oh, you can cast at a higher level.
yeah, so, but I'm casting it on the three who are not myself. So any the three of you now making an attack roll or a saving throw get an extra D4.
To the attack roll, right? Not
To the attack roll or the save roll.
Okay.
I don't think that includes like things like strength check for the move.
That's a saving throw.
Is it considered a saving throw? Okay. Whack. Sorry. I mean, then I didn't. I couldn't cast, since I couldn't cast it earlier.
There's a saving throw to avoid it, the check to get out.
Oh, right. Yeah. And I'm going to move away from these grippy, viney things.
So is the spell, you are still casting Bless?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bless on those three, because I think she's in range. Yeah, 30 feet. 15, okay. 10. And after I cast the spell... Oh, do I have to stay within 30 feet?
No.
Okay. I'm going to... Kind of... Would this be a cover space, this bush here, for me?
Yes.
Or, yeah, something like that. So... Kind of in and take cover. And that will be my turn.
Alright. So for cover purposes, we're going to say it's half cover. So,
and I'm half-sized.
Yeah. So there you go. So for Eldon, we'll say... For now, I'm going to say you've got 3/4 cover.
Okay. I have to figure out what that means.
+5 to your AC.
+5.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Back around the horn. We've made it. Bandit number 3. So something that we haven't really talked about yet is with crossbows, don't we have to spend an action to reload them?
You can't do if you're kind of classic and do 2 attacks with them. Technically, you can't because you would use one of them to load the crossbow.
Well, that's what
weapon.
That's what I'm saying. Is don't we have to spend an action to reload it,
or a bonus action?
Okay.
think that's like your bonus or your freebie action per turn to load.
It's not freebie. It's freebie for short bows. If it's a crossbow, it takes a bonus action or reaction, maybe.
So since you get an action, a move, and a bonus, it uses your bonus, so you couldn't use your bonus for.
Right. I've never really been clear on that.
You may use an action, a bonus action, or reaction to fire it.
Okay, so he should have reloaded at the end of his last action then, as a bonus, at his last turn as his bonus. Correct.
Sure.
Right.
Okay, the way it's written is because of the time required to load this weapon, you can only fire one piece of ammunition from it when you use an action, bonus action, or reaction to fire it. So I guess you can still reload as a freebie if you have a hand free, but no more than one shot per round.
All right, yeah, then we're good. Maybe I'm getting confused with Pathfinder, which I think you specifically have to load. All right, so then never mind. We're good. So crossbow it is. And it's going to, let's see here. He's going to line it up at Siona. For 20.
That hits.
We're going to go 5 because that 8 was assuming the critical. So for 5 damage. And he's going to take cover where he is. We're going to assume Ninja is cover.
Ooh, Eldon gets a ninja. Ah, nice.
Yeah, you're uncovered, and you're a ninja. And welcome, Ash.
Oh, this net really sucks. If only there was some Deus Ex Machina to come along and help us.
Oh, they'll be dead soon anyways.
You are up.
Okay, as a bonus action, I want to move my hunter's mark to the kobold.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move into range and attack with my longsword. Plus, I have inspiration. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, you have both inspiration and bless.
So 1d4.
Well, hey, hold. Okay.
Does a 13 hit?
It does.
Okay, but I don't need blessed then. But not for that one. So
Eldon,
6 plus. So 11 points of damage. For Hunter's Mark.
All right. The acolyte is hurting, but he's not out of the battle yet.
He needs to roll a DC 11 concentration check then.
Yes, he does. And the concentration is broken.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear us?
Okay, could you hear that? Well, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Now I can hear everyone.
I could always hear you.
Okay. So the concentration for the spell is broken. So I believe that means that...
Minds disappear.
That... Oh, come on. So the entanglement spell is gone. Siona, you are done?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Moving on. This guy. He too is going to cast, or not cast, he's not a caster, he's going to shoot his light crossbow at Siona. And is going to miss. He's going to move over here, and he's going to move over here into these bushes here, and he's going to take cover and get a whole bunch of
other
stuff.
things.
Hold on.
And poison, and tinkering, and... Oh.
And a snail, and he gets all sorts of stuff. Alright, he's in cover, and... Raz.
Siona, your damage was against that lizard man, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to move up to the western flank of these bushes and take a pot shot at him with my hand crossbow.
Okay. That is a hit. Would you care to flourish?
Siona, get down!
I duck.
And the arrow flies right over her hair in slow John Woo fashion as it pierces the middle of his neck.
The acolyte mimes blood spurting out from his neck and yells, "I die!" And as he falls over and deadens himself. Anything else?
And I will save my bow. I will do nothing. I am done.
Very well.
I will take cover behind the bush.
The bandit captain, very, very displeased with how things are going for his group, marches over to Siona and waits for a second. The suspense, I know, is killing you.
I mean, it's starting to hurt.
I apologize. Just gotta figure out something.
No, you're fine.
Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so the bandit captain is clearly going to attack Siona. And he has the multi-attack ability, so he is going to swing his mace at Siona twice. He just flails at you, connecting on the way back for 6 damage. And says, "You take that, you paladin, for killing my brothers in combat."
Ow.
Corin, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to stand up. If I can find that. Go and move. Let's see. Going to use my bonus action to dash. So 1, 2. Get right there. And short bow, bandit captain guy. I'm assuming that hits.
It does.
So 17 damage.
Holy smokes. He got hit. Anything else for your turn?
No, I'm out of stuff, so I'm good.
Eldon.
So Eldon will say a short prayer and call upon the light from the gods. Say, "You can hide, which the Lord of Light sees you," and cast Sacred Flame at that guy.
All right.
He has to save against
Dexterity. Says it right there in the spell description.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the
yeah.
what's the
DC 13?
Oh, DC 13. Okay. And a save he does not.
So he takes 3 radiant. And
His hair's singeing a little bit.
want to do this or not? Siona, are you hurt badly?
I'm at 14. I'm okay. Unless I get smacked really good.
I'll use one of these. I'll use my bonus action for a healing word. Actually, wait. What's my distance on that?
Put a shirt on.
60 feet.
You can't do that.
Why?
I was just read that in the thing today. You can't cast 2 spells in one round unless one of them's a cantrip.
One of them is a cantrip.
Oh, then never mind. Have at it.
Yeah, my sacred flame.
That's right. I forgot.
Good to know, though. I didn't realize because I was thinking in the last term I might have used a bonus action, but since I used bless, so where's my healing word? Okay, so distance is fine. 50 feet. I have 60 feet, so I will healing word. Just a simple. Give you 5 healing. And I'm done.
Okay. Bandit number 3. Let's see. Does he have... line of sight? No, he needs to move a little bit, I think. Right, he's going to move up here. And he's going to take a shot at Corin. $16.
That's a hit.
That is a hit. For 8. All right, 1 second. All right. So you hear a roar from the battle from the western front, and a new challenger has entered the battlefield.
Roar!
Do we recognize him?
You should recognize him, but go ahead and we'll we'll do a little quick role play real quick. So you want to roll a perception check. You seem to recall this guy, but Raz most definitely recognizes him as the weaponsmith from the Bloodbath and Beyond.
Oh, Thongren! It's so good to see you. Do you have any hand axes on sale?
That's some speedy delivery.
Free delivery with purchase!
Such a battle cry.
It is now.
So I will run in from this direction, making sure I know how many I can run. Curse these tiny legs! Now I will attack whoever this is.
That would be the bandit captain.
Captain of the guard, right?
Captain of the guard, yes. Eldon, paying attention.
I'm, as part of running to you guys, I popped a frenzy, so I'm in that full berserker rage. He says as he tries to figure out how to attack.
That's a miss.
But then I can use a bonus action. And miss as well.
I don't know who you are, well, actually, I do know who you are, Fireforge. How dare you come up here? You can't just... I'm gonna dance around your axe blades. And he does a little shimmy shake and says, and gives him an unkind hand gesture.
I don't see Thorin in the turn order.
I'm putting him there.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
All right, here we go. So, anything else? Thongrim.
No, that'll do for now.
Siona.
Okay, as my bonus action, I'm gonna Hunter's Mark the captain
Okay.
and take a swipe with my sword.
Well done.
Oh,
I would say it's
Lord.
more than a swipe. Maybe a gentle caress of the blade, perhaps.
Do you want to smite while you're at it?
Yeah.
No.
Well, let's see what happens with this melodic ringing that's happening in your ear.
Ten.
So 10
Plus
10.
Hunter's
plus
Mark.
1d6.
Yep.
14.
You did some significant damage, and the wind has been knocked out of the captain of the guard. He's bleeding quite severely, but he's not down for the count. Anything else on your turn?
I just look at him and grin, and that's it.
Well played. Okay, the bandit who's down here in the weeds here is going to run through the bushes over here next to Eldon, and he's going to take his scimitar here and make a swipey right apparently over the head of Eldon. And he's going to take cover inside of these bushes.
when we're side by side, we aren't cover from each other, though, right?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I would say no.
I would think not as well.
Unless you want to say like the bushes are getting in the way of the swing or something. But I don't think it does.
His sword could get stuck in a bush.
Yeah, I mean, that goes both ways. So, target has half cover if an obstacle blocks at least half of this body. So we're saying, do these bushes block the cover between the body between these guys?
As the rules state, it says nothing about ranged or melee. It just says if the attack goes through the cover, it counts.
All right.
Not that it matters in this case, but
Right, yeah, I mean, it would. I'm just thinking in terms of my return attack or anything like that. Would I have to?
Well, I mean, cover's cover. So, I mean, I'd be willing to say it's still there. I mean, but whichever way we go, it's what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Okay.
Conferring. Hang on. Alright. I'm just going to I'm going to say cover is cover at this point going forward, so we don't have to remember it. So
That seems to be how the rules are written too. So,
yeah.
So this is brush cover. There's brush all around us, and
Yeah.
so even being near each other, the brush is considered a part of the cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna say so because I think that'll make things easier to remember going forward. Let's just go with it. Raz.
I look at the captain of the guard and say, "Remember me? Istrova sends his regards."
You see his eyes just widen. You! I knew it!
Wisdom saving throw.
All right. Would you care to flourish?
Really?
I mean, seems kind of anticlimactic, but go for it.
House Distrova sends its regards. Hey, why are you falling down? And I just sit there very curiously while he dies in front of me as I'm making fun of him.
The light in his eyes just kind of fades away as he keels over.
God, well, that was boring. And then I'm done.
Eldon.
The saddest thing about him having a club is that he doesn't use it because it's still better shot to use Sacred Flame even standing next to him. So he will say his prayer and call down. And he has to make another saving throw.
you sure your club's not better than that?
If he's got half cover,
Oh, true.
I'm probably not going to hit him. And I do a whole 1d4 of damage, so versus a 1d8, which I've been rolling poorly, so
No strength modifier though on your club?
I'm -1 on strength.
Oh, yeah. Good, fair enough then.
All right, so he takes the 3 damage, right?
Mm-hmm. If he rolls less than a 13.
And he did. All right, so he has once again felt the radiant burn of the sacred word.
I'm not even going to move because I know he can't hit me through these bushes.
They are strong bushes, apparently.
I'm going to giggle at him.
I mean,
I like sees you.
I don't know how I would feel if a gnome just started giggling at me in a taunt. That just makes me feel awkward. Speaking of awkward, Corin, you're up.
Who shot? Since I wandered off. Is the guy who shot me the guy off all by himself?
This is the guy who shot you.
That's what I thought. Okay. So I pull out my short sword, and bonus action dash, get up next to him, and I'm going to stab him with my short sword.
Well, that hits. The bum rush, go for it.
No one's had to use the bless yet.
So 5 damage.
I didn't have to use it because I had the inspiration. I would have though. It's probably just a good luck charm.
Oof.
That's what got you a dual 20.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, I am done.
Okay. The bandit, having just receive the blunt end of your sword will turn around and do the same to you. With his scimitar.
I was going to ask what's in cover, but it's not going to matter at that roll.
Alright.
I will. Never mind. I will do nothing.
Alright, 5 damage.
Ooh, I'm hurting over here.
Have you been hit more than once?
Yeah, this guy shot me with a crossbow. That's why I came over to stab him.
Oh.
And he's going to remain in cover here. Thungrim, you stand. Are you throwing that, or are you...
I think I can't. I have to throw it, right?
Yeah, if you can't move one more step.
Yeah, because it's only a 5-foot reach.
Yeah, I can't. So I'll have to throw it at him.
Alright, well, I mean, either way, we're assuming that these are your rolls, so that's a hit.
Or is it different for a throw?
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
No, it's the same.
You just have to remember to go get it.
Then you have to retrieve it.
So the bandit has a javelin just kind of sticking out of his chest, and he's not dead, but he's in a lot of pain. He's holding on to this javelin right now. Anything else?
That'll do it.
All right, Siona.
Because melee, if it's a melee attack, that means not throwing, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. All right, yeah, I'm done.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action move my hunter's mark to the guy in combat with Eldon.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move I'm going to move into combat with this guy. And I want to grab the javelin that's already in his chest. I just want to push it through. Give it a good twist. Because I'd like an attack roll. What do I do for that?
I like the flavor of it. Let's just, roll,
Athletics, maybe?
I think it'd be an attack. It'd be a grapple roll, which is attack.
Yeah, just roll an attack roll. Let's see. Do you have an unarmed attack?
It's going to be the same as it'd be the same thing as anything else she has. D20 plus 6. So just click any of your weapons other than the +1 longsword. Try javelin.
Oh man!
No, I don't like that. No.
I don't either.
No, I'm still trying to figure out the calculation. I like the idea of just roll.
Would it be a strength?
Unarmed attack is your D20 plus proficiency plus strength.
Yeah,
which is +6.
That's the one I like.
Plus the same. Plus whatever the other one was.
Well, it's gonna be the same thing as her javelin.
Oh, +4 plus a 1d4. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, you're blessed on any attack roll, or
it doesn't matter. She critical missed.
No, it's a 10.
I'm gonna let her re-roll it because I didn't like that one. But
I like that. I like that attitude.
There you go.
I like that one much better. Because, I'm going to... Maybe I worded it incorrectly, but the action that she was taking, I'm saying inspiration, reroll, this is... Yeah, I like this one. So, yes, with a flourish, please.
I want to just push it as hard as I can so he falls backwards and just dig it into the ground through his back.
I don't know where this Siona came from, but I'm liking her. You have done only.
I really don't like these guys. They started a fight in the bar and then they came after us.
And
I bought them a drink. I mean, and they poured a drink on my friend.
Well, you have done the damage. He is dead.
I'm gonna giggle again in the brush and say, "They're coming for you next."
I'm gonna say the guy is shaken at this point. How do I represent that?
That's the end of my turn.
All right, how do I represent shaken here? This one, which we're going to choose that one because it looks like poop. All right, so it's the bandit's turn, and he's shaken. He's not having a good time, good day. And he is going to take another scimitar. Ooh, at Eldon. So that's
What's with the double crits going on?
I have no idea.
He's not allowed. He's not allowed to get the bless rolls.
For 8 damage. And to retcon the other guy, he is pinned to the ground, just kind of waving, kind of bobbing back and forth on that javelin there. Just kind of swaying in the breeze. So,
how much? 8 damage?
8 damage.
Through the brush?
Yep. And
I'm not giggling anymore.
take that, you little filthy gnome. And he's going to maintain hiding inside of this inside of the bush.
Does Hunter's Mark help everybody or just
me?
Okay.
Yeah,
That'd be one overpowered spell otherwise.
I agree.
So he's in cover from pretty much all angles because he's in the bush?
Yes, we like hiding in bushes around here.
Eldon needs to do a concentration check.
Oh shoot, I probably do. For the blast?
For bless.
Yes, I'd forgotten about that. You are correct.
How do I do that?
Just roll a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw?
Yep. It's a DC 10.
Poop.
Poof.
There goes the bless no one used.
I just used it one time. Except then I re-rolled.
Well, we'll say, yeah, the blessing was used, kind of. But yes, to answer your question, he does have half cover.
Which is minus what to hit?
He's got a +2 to his AC.
Gotcha.
Apparently the bard's been drinking.
I don't know where to go. Hold on. I'm just gonna go out in the middle. I'm just gonna literally use the dead bandit in the middle of the road as a bench rest and take a shot with my hand crossbow at the guy in the bushes.
I like the flavor. I'm going to give you some inspiration for it. But that doesn't necessarily mean advantage.
So they get like a D6?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I love you.
I love you too. That hits. So the bolt makes its way through the foliage and smacks the guy into the shoulder. Because you guys like hitting people in the shoulders with crossbow bolts. And he's still alive. He's doing science, but he's still alive.
I am... Let me see, actually. Yeah, I'm done.
Eldon.
Continuing my barrage of light. Oops, there it is.
Well, at least you rolled differently this time.
True. I did not, however.
At least he hasn't been able to guard against it. So, little by little.
Eldon,
And what's that?
would you care to flourish?
I burn you in that bush of yours.
That is a very strong.
Yeah, I'm
strong.
not good. I'm lawful good. I don't say stuff like that.
All right. Well, I do believe this earns you this. Well done, everybody. You have smited the bandit horde. Would you like to do anything?
I would like some heals.
Yeah.
You got time for a rest in the forest? What's the time of the day is it?
So we're only 2 hours into our journey, weren't we?
Yeah, so it's mid-morning at this point.
I would like to search the bodies.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah. What goodies will we get? Should we make a small camp and short rest for some healing while we peruse the goods of these criminals? Guards who are criminals.
Maybe we should move down a little bit out of sight from the dead.
Well, I think we should gather the bodies and put them like behind these bushes over here.
Throw them into the cover. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to be caught if some some patrol
And then
comes along.
make camp a little off the road.
Here.
Well, not so near the bodies. I don't know where we're putting the bodies, but
Are you putting the
Yeah.
bodies here?
We'll just be here and then say, oh, were there bodies over there?
yeah.
And somebody's going to drag this guy and throw him on the pile?
Oh, now I'm thinking. Never mind. He's lawful good. He wouldn't think that kind of thing. No, actually, he's lawful neutral. He might think that kind of thing sometimes.
Retrieving my javelin,
Still don't
sort
have
of
bread.
out of breath. I got it as fast as I can with these wee legs. You know, it's just not as far as I thought it'd be. But I must tell you, fair lady, your armor. I recognize that armor. And he kind of reaches, kind of under the flap of like your waist, and kind of tips it up, and you see sort of a kind of a fancy embossed calligraphy kind of F put in there, and he's like, This armor was made by my father."
What was his name?
Father. F is for father.
F is for Fireforge. I guess it would be my grandfather, wouldn't it? My grandfather. I forget how I played this. He was the official armor of Lady Ironsong. And that sword, he helped make the sword. I recognized it that day in the shop, but I couldn't place it, and I was convinced that it couldn't be what I remembered. And then when I heard you were being attacked from the guards, I overheard it. I got here as quick as I could, but how did you come across this weapon and armor?
Am I looting at this point? And he's like,
I guess you'd be going through him as he's pulling out the javelin.
Yeah, y'all are looking around, but while y'all are talking, I'm figuring. So y'all take some time.
okay. Well, I mean, I tell him the story of. I just tell him the story of going to save the little boy and the catacombs and Willard. Is that his name?
Willet.
The Blackmore.
Tell him that whole saga, and then I tell him about finding the crypt and making the pact with Lady Ironsong. And I guess I tell him a little bit of backstory about where we're from. What made you decide to come out here and help us? How did you know where we were going?
I heard one of the guards bragging to the others about the ambush that they were going to steal everything you had and murder you, but it took me a while to place exactly where this were. I don't make it from the shop as often, but I can't believe this. I believe my grandfather may have been one of those risen skeletons, perhaps, that you tell me about. He was, very indebted, bound to the Ironsong clan, and was part of her honor guard. I can't believe this.
Wow.
It's in my family's honor, and to protect the wearer of that armor and the holder of that sword. That had died with Lady Ironsong, but a family blood oath is a family blood oath. And as long as you wear that armor and carry that sword, you can count on me to have your back.
Man, Sienna, first Doug fawns on over you, now you got a weaponsmith. You are attracting quite the retinue there.
Quite the menagerie, huh?
I accept your service. I'd be happy to have you along. But I'm also a little secretly like, oh my god, what's going on?
So I fanboy the hell out, like a kid in an anime convention. I'm like, so it's true. The Red Flames have been telling stories for generations of the Ironsongs and their triumphs and their victories and their legendary heroes, but that we've only praised them in song. None of us have ever witnessed it. But so you say it's true that Fiona Eidsong actually fought against the Church of Bane in the rebellion. Her family fought in that, and your family assisted her. It's all true then.
Well, I don't know how much you know, but the battle here, from what I can gather from your stories, you left, your people left this island. My people, however, did not. And though we held strong against Bane, the forces are just too evil, and the rebellion was squashed and driven underground. My father, even for the association with my grandfather, was never given the respect he had, and basically forfeited his life. It was quite tragic. Everyone associated with that, they just rounded them all up, and there was a whole generation of people here that just disappeared as the church set its presence in this area.
So now that Gongrim has joined us, I tell him just a little bit, not too much about where we're from or what happened, but I inform him of our last moments on Ecleros and how the knights dressed in black came pillaging and driving everyone from the land, and how we had to escape to this new world.
But that should be impossible if it's been so many years since I heard those stories. But if what you say is true, then you shouldn't have been able to be found by the church. I can't imagine what could have happened that they suddenly were able to discover you after so long.
We didn't understand what happened. We saw some of their leaders visit the keep of the Red Flame. We'd never recognized these people before. We thought maybe they were foreign dignitaries. But the next thing we knew, they wrought nothing but destruction. And the Red Flames were nowhere to be found in any of this.
Well, the childhood stories we heard was that there were more than one group, and one left ne'er to be seen again, hidden from all manner of discovery, and that one group was destroyed, driven to the sea, and another never gone underground. I wish I could remember more. Any discussion of this, any mention of this is death under the Church of Bane. It's been years since I've even mouthed these words and said them out loud. Tell me this. Are you headed to the shrine?
Shrine?
What shrine?
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 Does anybody else see like some the pelicans coming through? Shrine?
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 I think that's a no.
The
We were just on a jaunt to go check out this touristy
Blue-eyed
treasure
Billy.
hunt.
Yes, the
I have
cliffs.
not heard of a shrine.
Oh, sorry. We refer to it as the shrine, but yes, the cliffs, the red cliffs. That is where you're going, though.
If that is the same place, yes.
Shrine?
Shrine?
They're at the Red Cliffs, where the rebellion was driven into the sea. Hundreds lost their lives. There is a monument there. It's to praise the Church of Odin and commemorate the destruction of the rebellion. But some of us, from time to time, make pilgrimages there, or under the guise of paying our respects to the church. But we secretly gather there to think about and remember the lives lost and not the conquerors. This you'll see. It's the same. Do you mind if I continue? I mean, I know that my services are there, but if you're headed that way, we should, continue on.
I'm
Perhaps.
kind of in need of a rest before we continue on. That fight kind of took something out of me.
All right, so everybody wants to take a rest.
I want to get away from these bodies, but then take a bit of a rest. Get some hit dice back.
Okay.
Did anyone take the uniforms? Sorry, I didn't hear if that was happening.
Which one? The ones with the holes in them?
Pretty much all of them have some sort of combat damage. And
They have holes and soaked in blood, but they could, in theory.
Well, the blood's not a problem, but
you gotta consider that Eldon took a couple of them and pretty much burnt them.
well, we have the one that we stabbed in the back and then melted his brain.
Yeah,
that one probably only had a small hole in it.
Yeah, the captain, the guard captain, I think only had his stuff would have only had a small. No, I take that back. He would have been hit with a sword a couple of times. They're probably all not in great condition.
As I look at the captain of the guard, is there any clothing or embroidery or sigil or cloak that stands out from the rest of the bandits? Something that we can keep or use or disguise ourselves with?
His helm had some of that distinctive plumage, the red plumage on it, akin to something like the Roman guards, and as with all of the other city guard stuff, they are emblazoned, in the front with the. I don't know if we were calling it the claw of Bane or the hand of Bane or something. That's that symbology there. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up and show you. I do not think I have it. I'm gonna thrust it.
It was in the Discord at one point.
That's where it was. It was in Discord.
Well, that's a bunch of gibberish.
I agree.
Nope, that's not the right one.
Hang on. It's in Discord again. At least
nope, that's not the right one.
Nope. All right.
That's like a different image on the page that has the right one.
You actually have to go to the page.
Yeah, click that JPG.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hang on. I got it. We do have that. Sorry. Looks like that.
Yeah. We can change up the colors if we need to.
All right. So all of them have something that looks like that emblazoned on there. The breastplate area, the chest area, Or maybe it might be easier to say like there's a patch on the arm, because that seems like that'd be really intricate to emboss out of metal. So yes, the captain of the guard had some red plumage on his helm. They all have some sort of patchish, badgy type thing that looks like the hand of Bane there.
Well, regardless of the condition of the uniforms, I want to go to the 3 guards people and pick out enough of the uniform, the best piece of each, like cloak, tunic, pants, whatever, boots, and get the least damaged one of each of them.
Okay.
To where I would have a full uniform. And I'm going to use prestidigitation to get all the blood and stuff off of them. And I just roll it up, put it in my pack.
All right. So between them all, I'd say there's 5 bodies there. And the Acolyte doesn't really have that. I'd say you could probably scavenge enough to come up with one fairly complete outfit.
Okay.
As for the rest of the loot, you guys have compiled, and Chris, be prepared since you were the treasurer.
Yep.
There's a graceful ebony and ivory harp in a leather case that was held by one of the guards. There were 2 potions of healing, a set of 4 paint bottles, including red.
Slow down a little bit, though.
All right.
So start from the beginning, a black and white case.
Yeah, an ebony and ivory harp in a leather case.
Okay.
2 potions of healing.
Yep.
A set of 4 paint bottles, including red, blue, gold, and white.
Okay.
A spell scroll of animal friendship, which I should not have told you that. I should have just told you spell scroll. But there you go. It's a spell scroll of animal friendship.
Oh, I should not have done that. Should not have
I
done
should
that.
not have said that.
I don't think any of us can actually use that.
I don't think you can either, but you have one from thanks care of the Acolyte. Yes, the kitties. And then as far as the coinage, there is 2,500 copper, 800 silver, and 100 gold.
Okay. There was nothing item-wise. The scroll was the last thing on the list, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Alrighty. So let me make sure all of the bodies are stowed away in the bushes, and y'all are setting up for a short rest. So that's going to take us, a short rest is what, 2 hours?
1 hour.
1 hour? So go ahead and redeem your hit dice and do what you're going to do.
Hey, I'm going to press that button. Okay, so 4. So I got a 4.
Oh, where do I click for that?
5. Hit
Where it
dice.
says hit dice underneath your current hit points and temporary hit points.
Oh, got it.
I'll go ahead and take 2 hit dice. Wow.
My song, I see. Jeez.
And we're getting a bonus for the Song of Rest.
Yeah, 1d6 per hit die.
It's 1d6.
Okay.
It's just 1d6.
Right, I'm getting there. Well, that was a good rest.
Oh, you're right. It is just 1d6. It's not per dice. I just noticed
Yeah.
that.
I'm gonna go ahead and burn my third hit die.
Wait, are you having trouble? I can. Don't we have like a healing potion or something like that we could use instead of burning all your hit dice?
I mean, I used all three and I'm still not 100% health. I rolled really poorly.
And I hate to
Got a
break
one.
it to you, but whoever said it was right, you only get 1d6.
I know, I rolled 3 hit dice and 1d6 and I healed.
I give him 3 lay on hand points to top him off.
I rolled 3 hit dice and a d6 and healed 10 health.
That's terrible. While they're doing that, I'm going to look for just the most tattered tunic that's completely unusable and carve out some of the Church of Bane embroidery from it.
Okay.
How's that fancy hat that the captain was wearing? Like, how's it looking? With his fancy red feather.
It's got the symbol of Bane on it, doesn't it?
As far as the helm, it may have it embossed somewhere on it, but my envisioning of it is it looked somewhat like the plumage on like the Roman guard helmet. You know, that little red feathery mohawky looking thing. You can't see my hands, but I'm kind of miming over my head.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I want to take that. And just fasten it to my belt.
Just the plumage, not the helm.
No, I want the helm if it has Bane.
Okay.
And
all right.
Unless it's damaged, then I'll just take the plumage. But I don't think he got hit in the face.
I don't remember if he did or not. Let's just go.
Oh, you critted him, so I don't know if. I think he probably got a lot of things hit.
Yeah. Let's just say that he got hit a lot because you critted him a few.
Okay,
times.
Then I just want the feathers.
Take the helmet plumage, and
you already have a helm, right?
I have that circlet.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that what I'm wearing? A circlet from Lady Erin's song or something? I don't really know what it does. I think it's just pretty.
I suppose in theory that could be worn under a helmet.
Under a helm.
Remarkable bird, the Norwegian blue whale, say. Beautiful plumage.
All right. So.
Be stone dead in a minute.
Bring out your dad. Are we done with the short rest?
I think I'll go for a walk.
Thongren, are you marching around people for a reason?
I was just checking.
Are you looking for a random encounter?
No, I was just...
Are there any Pokemon out here?
There's a gym over underneath that TV.
I want to go slash at all the grass with my sword.
There are no pots, though, so you're not going to get any rupees.
Aww.
Maybe a few random hearts floating down, though. Might be helpful for Corin.
So I'd say we take everything we got and we go back to the horses and the Mastiff and load everything back up.
Yes, by the
way. After our rest.
I think we probably camped them up when we were resting.
Yeah. So Eldon now has a mastiff instead of a horse, and the mastiff's name is Orin. So this group can't go far without an animal companion of some form. All right, so
Y'all could name your horses, though, too. I mean...
Toilet, Lou, John, and Crapper.
No.
all in favor?
No.
No.
Can name them Snoring and Boring and Foreign.
One will be excursion, one will be expedition, one will be focus. No? No? Okay.
All right.
No.
So the short rest, we're going to assume everybody's remounted. Thorin, do you have a mount of some form?
We have that extra horse.
I traded it in for the Mastiff.
Oh, you did? Oh. I thought we were using it as like a luggage horse.
I do not. I ran all the way here from town.
Okay.
Now we're
And you were only 30 seconds behind us.
Aren't dwarves like super endurance constitution though?
Usually they get a +2. And he's a barbarian, so he probably got all kinds of con.
Yeah, I can run behind if need be. Or I could ride on a horse or someone.
Any takers to letting Thongren ride and bitch on the horse?
He can ride with me.
I imagine he weighs more than you. Maybe to keep the... I don't know, what kind of armor are you wearing there?
Basically my blacksmith clothes, like leather pants and a shirt.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, I didn't want to break the horse's back.
It's basically unarmored, is what the barbarians do, but I didn't really want to run around shirtless for the whole campaign, so...
The McConaughey.
What does a
tactic.
dwarf weigh?
Oh, I was going to ask, does anybody need my chainmail that I was wearing before I got this other stuff? Anybody? Or should I have sold that and forgot?
Well, it's probably back in the room, the secure room that was secured by guards.
That's true. That's true. We left all our extra.
That attacked us, right?
Yeah.
I think the only person who wear it is Eldon, and that'd be like a dress on him.
I wouldn't be able to wear it. I'm not strong enough.
And there's that.
Okay, never mind. Just checking.
If you have extra stuff to sell, I would highly recommend hardcore pornography. Best rates in town.
Would you?
Finest pawn shop in the land.
Maybe on our return to town.
All right, so the horse looks like can carry about 480 pounds.
I think we're good then.
I think y'all are probably fine at the moment. So now we're going to, real quick, out of game, looking at what time it is. It's getting late in the 9 o'clock hour. Do y'all want to...
I have no idea what time it is. We lost an hour or something.
It is...
It's 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, got it. Okay.
On Tuesday.
Yes. It is presently 9:36 Central Time. Do y'all want to press forward a little bit and press your luck, or do you want to call it and come back next week?
We can come off. I mean, I'd be fine with coming off the short rest next time.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best.
All right, then. So I'm good with calling it here. Siano, you are still the navigator of this crew. So come back, talk to your D10 and make sure that it rolls a 3 the next time.
Will do.
Be thinking about the kitties and the forest of cats. Let's see if there's anything you want to do about that. But we will say by the time that the Um, um, so by the time we come off the short rest, we're going to say it's noon, right at noonish in the day. So I guess we will go from there.